Hi, this is Kira with you from Creative Photography Classes or Shooting Magic with Kira and Cheryl. Today I want to lead you through our quick tutorial for our black and white treatments actions. Okay, so here are our actions. There are a few, but they're quite gorgeous. I'm sure you will fall in love with them like I did. And I'll show a few images because for different images, different black and white actions would suit them. Okay, so let's say you have a classical image here with a window light. Let's just run through a few. Black and white classic probably will look great on the image like that. Let's have a look. Okay, so pick black and white classic, run, click continue. Okay, and here is your action. That's gorgeous. You see, it suit window light, very good lighted images, really well. Now actions will will run and put it on separate layer. You can see that you now have a separate layer for those actions. Now if you want to change opacity of the action, okay, you can do that, and it will lead you to quite an amazing results as well. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so that was a classical action. Let me now delete that one and show you the next one. Next one action is black and white, look 10 years younger. Doesn't suit all type of images. It might suit this one, it might not. Normally, because of the way this action was made, this is really great when you want to look younger, when you want the skin look lighter and younger. Okay, let's see. Continue. Click. You can see how much lighter this action is. It suits all the faces as well a lot. Okay, so this is this type of action. Okay, so let me delete this one. And let's go to, okay, dreamy action in this case probably won't suit image at all. I can show you. Dreamy action is good for the lighter images, for the backlit images, for the sparkly images. So I can actually show you so you can see. I'm sure that won't look as good. Yeah, it becomes a little bit boring and plain. Image with that type of contrast, this action wouldn't suit this image. Okay, another action that might suit the image like that can be the drama, black and white drama action. Okay, this is for exaggerated black and white, for contrast, for drama. So when you want to create a particular mood, this is a very smiley image, so the mood is not alright, but let me just show you. So run this action, continue. Sorry, this action runs longer. Yep, you can see that that's quite a dramatic, heavy action. And for this action, you can always experiment, right? You can see that you've got quite a few things here in black and white drama. You've got black and white drama folder, right? And if you open it, okay, you can actually disable a couple of layers and see how it will influence it. Let's say, you see, for example, drama 1, which means if you pick that layer now, you can play with the opacity and change your black and white the way you like it. Okay, let's see if you can do the same for this one. Yeah, but I didn't like the effect. But basically, you can open folders inside, and by clicking that eye, you can see that you can actually bring variety to your image, and you can change some things and then decide if you like it, and then after that you can close the folders. Okay, same as here. Okay, you can see I like that one. So lighten here. So you can see that you can just change, chop and change all the time. Okay, and then you can choose the opacity to drop again here with overall effect and make it quite a beautiful hand painted look. Okay, but this is the drama action. It's a little bit more complicated. Okay, let me get rid of this one. Let me now show you another image. So minimize that. Okay, let's take this image. Okay, that's a backlit image, so I'm sure the dream one will look quite good on it. Let us go here. I'll show you again black and white classic first. Let's see, because it can still be good. Yeah, that looks nice, a very classical black and white. Okay, let's get rid of that. Run 10 years younger. Probably you don't need to do it for this one. She's already quite young, and the skin is already very light, so I don't think you need that. I'll show you. You probably won't pick that. Well, somebody might like that sort of effect. Again, as usual, action would be here on the separate layer and inside the folder. Okay, there are a couple of more layers. Okay, so I'll delete this one and I'll show you the dreamy one. Dreamy one should be good for this image because it has backlit, beautiful sparkles here. And run. Yeah, as I thought. You see, that's quite lovely. Looks quite nice. Again, that's on separate layer here. Okay, I will delete the dreamy one. And drama, I don't think you, again, this image is very light. This is not image for drama. Let me show you Vogue. That's another image that probably will suit this image. Vogue. Okay, it's light with bluish cast, black and white. Yes, that's quite lovely, don't you think? And sometimes, or actually quite often, what I do, I combine these two actions. So after Vogue, right, if I'm not sure that I like that much blue, I run another action straight after it, which is add vintage warmth. Okay, so just have a look, and you see, that's quite a gorgeous color. So let me just show you. So if before vintage warmth, it was quite blue, yeah, well, which is nice if you like that sort of effect, but I rather have that sort of color. I think it's quite beautiful. Okay, so let me just delete those two, and I will show you another action, which is here. Black and white antique action. This is quite an amazing action to have, and it's complex. Okay, play action. You can read it at home. We don't have time to go through this now, but there is plenty of tips what to do with this action. Okay, so that. Okay, and now we have that sort of effect here. Okay, now this is not only putting the particular black and white effects and colors on, but also, okay, here you see the layer which is chosen by default now, which says vignette. All right, and that layer, well, first of all, you can play with the opacity. You can see that. So, for example, you might not like it. You can add, okay, vignette if you want more of the vignette. The color is already chosen for you and the brush, and it's on 100 opacity, which you can drop opacity, right, lower it, but have a look. So you see, if I want, let's say, put less. If I want more vignette, I can now put even more vignette around the areas I want. Okay, so on the soft brush and a low opacity, you can create quite a beautiful image. Right? And you can be without vignette at all. Have a look. So if you just click on that, you can see, right? And here we can drop the opacity of the vignette. Now we can also open this area, which is different shades, right? And we can play with those as well, right? So you see what's happened? I just disable colors and it becomes black and white, right, inside the beautiful vignette, right, for example. Okay, or if we disable opacity, we now have absolutely gorgeous black and white. Or we can introduce, see, this color, or we can introduce this color, which is a little bit different, okay, or this color, or combination of all. You can also, okay, here play with different settings as well, right? This is completely that's our black and white. So let's see, slightly lighten. You can see you can have it darker if you disable this one. You can see that slightly darken, midtones. So basically what you can do, you can just play with that, have a look. Oh, that's quite beautiful, bright, which means, so when you see that and you like the effect, okay, enable it again, and then you can play with the opacity of that action to bring it the effect you want. Okay, and then again introduce back the vignette and see if you like it together. Okay, isn't it beautiful? So it's just quite amazing what you can do. There are so many different things you can just, so I encourage you just to try and play with that action. Okay, now let me just delete this one and show you another one, which is you might have already seen. We have here in the pack from hand painted to black and white. That's a beautiful action on its own. Okay, let me just run it. That will be like your hand painted photograph. Okay, so action runs. Absolutely lovely, don't you think? Quite gorgeous. And again, you can see here, you can just bring that effect almost to the black and white, which is beautiful. Look at that. Or almost back to the color, or leave it in the middle. It's absolutely, you know, up to you. How do you want this action to run? Let me show you another image. Okay, here we have image quite dreamy with a lot of light and very soft. I suspect this image will look great with something like dreamy black and white. Okay, let's see if I'm right. Okay, so dreamy, continue. Yes, that's quite lovely, don't you think? Okay, so if I delete this one, and I'll show you another one that would suit that type of image, probably Vogue. Yeah, and again I can use, after that I can run another action, add vintage warmth for, yes, that's beautiful. And again you can play with the opacity of actually both actions. This is your Vogue action here. Okay, so you can play with opacity, and it takes you just a little bit back to the color, which can create beautiful effects. Look at that. So amazing what can be done. Okay, let me just take another image. Okay, let's bring this image in. Quite a contrasty image, a lot of details. I would think drama will be really good here. Classical black and white will be really good. Let's try. So black and white, classic. Continue. Yes, you see, that's lovely. Lovely, good. Yeah, as I thought. That's quite dramatic and very interesting, isn't it? Okay. And again, okay, it put it all here. Okay, you've got the folder with drama and then subfolders, and you can just play a little bit and see if you want see any changes, because you can always lighten, darken. See, that's a little bit more lighter, which means you might like it and you might change the image. Let's say, for example, see here, that gives you a little bit more contrast, right? So I would pick then this layer, because that layer reacted on what I wanted to do, and maybe play with the opacity here to bring something to light. Okay, but drama was quite interesting. Okay, let me now delete it all, so and show you the antique one. I think antique would look quite good in here, and it will give you quite an. Okay, I think it's run it. Right, so again, you can see now we've got the beautiful effect here around them, right? This is this vignette, which, because it's already selected, you can just play with the opacity straight away and see if you actually like it at all. You can completely get rid of it. You can see opacity to 0, and that becomes a very interesting and different image altogether. You can put it the way it was. Okay, so you can see that I can add vignette in the areas I want, if I want more vignette. Okay, or we can change opacity here, completely get rid of vignette. Right, again, you can open the folder here and play with different, say, colors. You can take it completely to almost black and white, which is beautiful, powerful. So leaving just a little bit of color, or get rid of it altogether. This is a black and white image. Okay, or introducing one of those colors just to your liking, see what you like, or take the layer that you want to play with and play with the opacity of it. You can also play with brightness, right, mid-tones, darker, okay, slightly darken, okay, and just see, probably not those, okay, and see what you can do with the image. Okay, so if I take all the colors back, so you've got that beautiful brown, right, and here is your vignette. So back to the vignette, and now let me show you one more image. This is a fantasy. You might have already seen tutorial made on this image, and that will probably look amazing in black and white dreamy, okay, or Vogue. Okay, let me just show you. So here is dreamy one, because it has so many sparkles and, you know, and beautiful bright colors, it should look quite stunning with the dreamy black and white. Yeah, that's right, just look at that. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Alright, let me delete that one, and I'll show you another one, the Vogue one, the blue one. That will be stunning too, I'm sure. So I run this one, which is black and white Vogue. Wow, that's gorgeous. Yeah, and as usual, I'll try to run the one after the Vogue. Right below it, add vintage warmth, and just watch the color transformation. Yes, this is stunning. That's just stunning. So you see without, which is also beautiful, and with this. Okay, let me delete that, and maybe one more. I'll just try the hand painted on that. Let's mirror that, because that can be quite interesting as well. Yeah, do you see that? This is quite stunning, isn't it? And again, you can take it to closer to black and white, which is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Has just a little bit of brown colors, or closer to the color, or stay somewhere in the middle. And then I would try and also run black and white, add vintage warmth again to just to check. So I would run add vintage warmth almost almost after any action, with exception of antique, because it already has a lot of browns, and just try and see how it transforms the action. If you don't like it, you bring opacity to 0 or delete the layer or go back in history. Okay, so let's just run that and see if that will. Yes, you see what happened? It warmed the image and made it more. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. That was Kira from Creative Photography Classes. Bye bye.